How old is she?
4.
4. The Wynn, $225 Saturday rebuy. With blinds at 150, 300, an African-American male limps under the gun +1. We have 20,000 chips. He has 25,000 chips. It's still the rebuy period. We're in the cutoff with 4 3 of spades. Usually a fold, but with the game flow dynamic, I feel like it's a good time to isolate in position. Pretty thin, but we're here to gamble. Make it 1,100. The button calls, the blinds fold, and the limper calls. 3 to a flop. The flop comes Jack 10 3 with the Jack 10 of spades. Action checks to me. I bet 1,800. The button folds and the limper calls. I'm putting the limper on a weak 10, maybe a jack, a flush draw, king queen type of hand. The turn brings a 6, which is a brick. He checks. I want to get cheap showdown and value from king queen, other flush draws, and he might just fold a 10. So we bet 4,200. He goes deep into the tank. Previously, he's had a tell where fast action equals strong, tank means weak. So when he tanks, I'm expecting a fold or some weak semi-bluff shove. Instead, he makes it 9,200 to go. He has 8,000 back, he barely has us covered, and we're put to a decision. Can I call 5K more and hope to improve? Do I have fold equity if I jam? Do I just fold? Does he have ace-6 of spades? That's the only hand that really has us dead. He's not repping a set because we block the 3s and he wouldn't limp call with 10s or jacks. Small possibility of jack 10, but would he just check call that on the flop and then small check raise on the turn? I don't know, but for some reason, I just read him as weak. His timing said it. I'm going with my read. I'm all in. He goes in the tank. This is good. Could he possibly call with worse than a pair of 3s? He puts in the call and shows 8-7 of hearts. We have him crushed with a pair of 3s. He has 7 outs to win. The table shocked. The river is the 9 of hearts, giving him the bad gutter ball and scooping a 40K pot. With blinds at 300, 600 with a 50 ante. I have 20,000 chips. Under the gun +2 opens to 2,000. He gets 1 call. We're in the small blind with ace-8 of hearts. It's fine to fold here, but I like multi-way pots with suited aces. So we put in the call, looking to go post-flop. The big blind completes, and we're 4 ways. The flop comes 9-9-6. Good flop for our range. We check it, and it checks through. The turn is a 6, bringing the backdoor hearts. Ace high is going to be good some of the time, but we can definitely rep a 9 or a 6 and get other ace highs to fold. So if we had a boat, we would bet small to try to get action, so we bet 2,000. Big blind wants to see my stack and raises to 6,000. The other 2 players fold. What type of player would raise if they have a boat here? Possibly a level 0 thinker who wants to get value from perhaps a 6 or ace high, but most people will just call if they have a 6 or a 9 in this spot. So I'm weighting his range more towards bluffs. He does happen to be an Asian male, which makes him more bluff happy. So we put in the call and look to evaluate on the river. The river brings a 7, so if he was drawing with an 8-7, he now made 2 pair, but I don't think that's a very likely possibility. We also block some heart combinations, so we don't think he has hearts. We check it. He has to see my stack again and shoves all in for 16,000. We have approximately 14,000 behind. And we go into the tank. Am I ready to call it off? Ace high? Putting him on a stone cold bluff or possibly a counterfeited small pair, deuces through 5s. Could he be trying to bluff me off a chop with an ace high? The line doesn't make sense. My gut said to call him on the turn, and we're going to follow through with the tournament life call off on the river with ace high. We call, show our ace 8, and he shows ace deuce for a chop. Get a few good calls, pick up a little profit. Stuck with my read and it was correct. We now have 37,000 going to 800 big blind. Looking to make a deep run at this Wynn. 225 rebuy. We're in for $525. 20 players remain. Blinds are about to be 4,000. We have 250,000 in the zone. A game. Folded 9s pre-flop, folded ace queen pre-flop, and was right both times. We induced the show. We didn't need to suck out. We just folded. Won a 60K flip, ace queen versus 6s. Won a 160K hand. Ace queen versus queens, ace on the flop. Standard 4-bet call spot, ace queen suited. A little thin, but you know, felt right at the time and we got there. Wasn't our tournament life at stake. 15 people pay. We're about to put on the pressure and really chip up on this money bubble. Win, 225 rebuy. It's midnight, 14 players remain. We're in the money, chipped up to 425,000, going to 8,000 big blind. Lost a 150K flip, queen jack, suited versus 6s, but that's okay. We're still the best player in this tournament, and we're gonna take it down.
We have the chip lead at the 9-handed final table.
It's 2:15 in the morning. Actually, it's 1:15, daylight savings time or some shit. We're now 5-handed. Got it up to about 700K with some well-timed bluffs, but got caught a couple times. Blinds are high, players are horrible. So hopefully we can make some hands and really make them pay. Saw a guy limp call from the button with 4-3 of hearts, a shove. And just seeing some overall hilariously nitty play. So with 400K going to 20,000 big blind, We're going to be shoving. We're going to be opening wide and attacking all that dead money. $1.2 million three-handed, $2.4 million in play. Short stack woman on my right, maniac Puerto Rican guy on my left. No talks of a deal. 3:30 in the morning, effectively 4:30. Let's close this out. $4:30 a.m. Heads up play started with him having 1.5 million to my 900,000. I offered an even chop and he was offended, saying he's been playing poker for 20 years. We played a few hands before he caved and said, I just want to go to sleep. Even chop, $11,000. Unfortunately, he got to sign for first. He wanted the official Hendon Mob first place for his resume, but that's fine. I'll give up the dollar equity for an even chop. All in all, a good day at the Wynn. Best tournament of the week.